What's going on, everybody? This is Stubbs from Retro Handhelds. We are back again today with another T618 handheld. This one is brand new, fresh from Anbernic, and this will serve as our review. I wanted to show you what the RG505 is, what it can do. You know that it's going to do the same as the X18S as far as the chipset goes, but how is it? Is it ergonomic? What's this whole thing about? So let's dive in. So Anbernic here has sent over not only the RG505, it's the turquoise 256 gig model, but also they have these handy dandy new gray cases, which if you get the yellow model, is going to match that very nicely. Okay, so what do we got in the box here? Ooh, oh, doing my best zoo impression right now. Oh. That turquoise is nicer in person than I thought. Yeah, that is slick. Check this out. Nice matte plastic. Oh, no fingerprint smudging. At least I don't think. Could it be? Could this be the miracle that we've been waiting for? Yeah, no, that feels good. Ooh. L1, R1. Very nice. That is a nice clicky feel. L2, R2 feel really good. That's a nice bump out. And actually, you know, these aren't stacked or anything, but they are not bad. That feels pretty good. All right, we'll come back to that in a second. What else do we got in the box here? And how's this case work? What's this all about? So excited. It fits in so nice and neat. Look how thin that is. What in the world? Don't need that. 256 gigabytes of memory in this micro SD. I love these colored instructions so much. Get out of here. Wipes? Who needs it? USB-C cable? Get it out. Oh. Yeah. Get it all out of here. Do a little wipey poo. Okay, I mean, this does look like a Switch Lite. This is much nicer in person than the renders or the videos made it out to be. So I hope my camera picks this up okay. Yeah, so we got the down-firing speakers here. We have a power button on bottom, micro SD card. On the right side, we have what looks like a function button of some sort and a second button, maybe a reset button. This side we have volume up, volume down, USB, data and power goes on top, and we have the 3.5-inch headphone. We have those classic Anbernic rubber nips on the back. 505, 10 watts, 5,000 milliamp hour battery. That new hotness, that new Anbernic hotness. There's a fever, and the only cure is more handhelds from Anbernic. You know what? How many handhelds have we gotten this year? 353M shipped, the V, the P, 552 Win600, as well as all the variants. So, oh, and those Hall sticks, which feel good. Face buttons has that classic mushy feel, but like a refined mushiness. That's really nice. D-pad feels just like the Win600s, so I'm very happy there. No, actually it's tighter. I'd say it's definitely a little bit tighter. Select, start, clickable L3, R3. Let's turn it on. Enough of this nonsense. There we go. Ooh, fancy little animation. Welcome. So we have a touch screen, start use. We are reconfigure system. As far as the specs go for the RG505, we have the Unisoc Tiger T618 64-bit octa-core CPU at 2 GHz with the Mali G52 for the GPU at 850 MHz. RAM, we have 4 gigs of DDR4, 128 gigs eMMC operating system. This one has Android 12, which is cool. Storage, we have a micro SD card, so great. Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth 5. SD supports up to a 512 gig card, although with Android 12, it should support up to 2 terabytes. Battery is going to be the lithium polymer, 5,000 milliamp hours. This is going to get you around 8 hours of battery life. It has a 4.9-inch OLED touchscreen, extra large L2 and R2, and Hall joysticks. The screen is 16:9 aspect ratio. System is done, please click. And we are in Android here. This is... Oh, and it has that OLED screen. Let's not forget about the OLED screen. Look at that fun background. I cannot explain to you how good the plastic feels on this. This might be a strong competitor against the RP3 Plus. I'll need to get that and compare it when we have it. But a quick comparison with the X18S from PowKiddy. And let's get out an RP3, which will be the same shell as the 3 Plus, so it should work for comparison purposes. Here is the RP3, but to give you a sense of what it looks like. A little bit smaller up and down, and a little bit smaller left to right. So there you go, kind of take a look at that. RP3 definitely is a bit thinner, but it does bump out because it has those stacked shoulders. It's a little bit shorter on this side. On bottom. So yeah. The plastic feels great on this Indigo RP3 as well. Ooh, that's tough. I guess let's compare a feel. You know, both of these have the PlayStation layout with the joysticks on bottom, which is really unfortunate that we didn't get an option at least to swap the left joystick to be up top. Can't wait for those RP3 Plus conductive rubber buttons, so we'll have a better feeling similar to this, because these dome switches just don't do it for me, man. Yeah, I gotta love that Retroid D-pad though. It pivots so nicely. And they have solid joysticks, but these Hull ones so far, oh, they feel smooth. D-pad feels great, very mushy. Face buttons are mushy, but not as mushy as something like the Win600. Oh, Android 12. Everything's so circular. Eye comfort, yeah, you know I love that. Oh, that OLED screen's gorgeous too. Nintendo Switch mode, so that should swap the A and the B button. CPU high mode or regular.
And that's going to be the Anbernic launcher.
Auto rotate on or off. You know how the 552 bends a little bit?
Nope, this one's solid.
I mean, Anbernic's launcher is looking better and better. No way. They actually configured it for me. Of course, Donkey Kong 64 is not Zelda, but gotta do Wave Race with this beautiful blue. Does the joysticks just work too? Everything's mapped? This is fancy. It just works. This is just chill. Here I am on my blue Anbernic, just riding with the dolphins. Not a care in the world. Those Hull sticks feel good. Anbernic, we just want an option or a variant that has the joystick up top. Let's open up RetroArch. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Well, we're just going to leave that alone. We're going to do a no tinkering video. Okay, that worked well. That was nice. How far does this bad boy go? Do we have GameCube in here? No, we have PSP. You know what? I'm only going to play games that match this awesome color scheme. Everything is in Chinese, I believe. Let's vibe. So let's try out the function button here. So this is a function button. What's this? Okay, so that must be the home button. Well, that's not great. I don't love that. I'm not sure how this happened. You know what I want to do with this? I want to decorate it like a jazz solo cup. That's the mod that needs to be done. I'm taking this Hummer. I don't know about you all. This is running, I believe, at just 1x. These sticks feel good. All right. Nintendo DS. Hell yeah, Ben 10 Alien Force. Hey, it's an interface that's not in Mandarin. It's great. Yeah, this is running great so far. Please reference my PowKiddy X18S Ultra review video if you want to see a big showcase of what this CPU can do. Same CPU that's in the 3 Plus, same CPU that's in, of course, the RG505 here. Check that out. I cover everything up to Nintendo Switch. This is going to be just a very brief emulation showcase section today. It's going to be a new video series called On the Fly Reviews. I know this chipset and what it can do, so I don't know that a full review video is necessary other than to suss out any extra bugs or issues I run into. So we'll just try to make this as in-depth as possible. All right, DS is running great. What else we got? This is so nice. This is all scraped and for the most part. GBA. Let's see how this screen looks on GBA. How about that? So far, I like the Android 12 experience. This is not overheating either yet, so it's not getting hot. And I see a little bit of like not fingerprints, but moisture from playing. That's pretty normal, especially when it's cold in my office like it is. Ooh, this feels good for GBA. And it looks good. That OLED screen, man, crisp. You know, in practice, of course, having those stack shoulders would have been better than these. But it's not as bad as, like, you know, the reach on the Win600. I do think the RP3 Plus will best the 505 as far as shoulder buttons go. But the 505, the screen might be besting. Let's take a look. So how bright can this get? Okay, now how dim can we get? All right, there's eye comfort. That's really nice to have. The screen, the tones look good. They're vibrant. The color representation looks really accurate. It doesn't get super bright, as you know, because I believe this is a Vita OLED screen, the same one that was in the RG503. Gets dim enough, and I'd say it gets bright enough. All right, let's end this tomfoolery. Final Burn Neo. Yeah, let's try a fighting game. I want a random game. Is there a randomizer in this front end yet? Nah. Jackie Chan, Fists of Fury. All right, fair enough. Let's take him down. Fight. Come on, blue Jackie Chan versus red Jackie Chan. Max. Oh, no. Oh, boo. Wonder Swan. All right, let's try some Dreamcast. Jet Grind Radio. You know that's going to vibe on this colorway. Look at this. I mean, this is so cute. It's so cute. You know, I really should pull out an actual Nintendo Switch just to show you. Although I don't have the Switch Lite anymore, so. But there is, I heard, like a gyroscope, rumble. We're going to want to get our own games in here. This chipset, though, can play some 2D Nintendo Switch, some PS2, some GameCube. No problem. A little bit of Wii, some 3DS. Try a little bit of PlayStation. What's going to be the best vibe? I feel like we got to do a fighting game. Got to really try out this D-pad, man. They have lots of good legally acquired ROMs on here. Twisted Metal. Heck yeah, 2 copies of Twisted Metal too. We don't need to worry about space when we're on a big boy like this. Why did I say it like that? Let's check out the speakers. Pretty good bass response on the speakers. Speakers sound good. This might be the handheld to get if you want that candy bar landscape style handheld for this new generation of T618 handhelds. So far, I need to compare to the RP3 Plus and what they do with those face buttons. So far, I'm digging it. I think the RP3 shell might be a little more ergonomic, especially because of those stacked shoulders and how your fingers rest nice and easy underneath L2 and R2. That's comfy. So this is going to be a little bit chunkier. Still kind of an awkward reach. It really would have been nice if we could have this joystick up top here because, as you can see, without stacked shoulders, it's kind of an awkward reach still to reach those joysticks. So this is still not going to be ideal, I think, for shooters, but we will try some. See if I prove myself wrong there. Let's see if we have any Saturn games. We'll try Street Fighter the movie. Well, Saturn seems to work fine. What does Super Nintendo look like, you ask? How about it looks like this? How about that? That is what it looks like. I'm impatient. It's really nice that this is an Android handheld that just plays right out of the box. No configuration really necessary. I mean, this just works. If you launch the Anbernic front end and set it as your home launcher, I mean, you could stop there, really. If you're good with this, as is, I mean, I'm happy just playing this, chilling out. The OCD part of me wants to get my own games, my own files on here, but man, these Hall sticks are nice. They feel good. This is just, again, the best word I can describe this handheld is it vibes. This is just a whole vibe. It feels good. Face buttons are working as expected. The D-pad is working really well for fighting games. Don't take me losing as a fact that the D-pad's not great. I just suck at fighting games. Wi-Fi seems to work fine. Old smudgy boy here. Cave Story. I love Cave Story. Runs the same as on the X18S, not full speed, but pretty close. So you have to decide for yourself. You're going to get the same performance on this, X18S, the RP3 Plus, really the exact same performance. Software will have some minor impacts. Lineage has the potential to bring some extra oomph, but in general, it's going to be pretty much the same. So you have to choose, which form factor do you like? Which features do you like? Do you like call sticks? Is stick drift important to you? Is stacked shoulders a big deal? What about pocketability? Because a different handheld is going to cater to each of those needs a little bit differently. Is this one pocketable? Well, let me try. Totally is pocketable. Not as much as the RP3, but not bad. I mean, it's not thick. It's not as thick as the 552. This is a very comfy and ergonomic handheld for the most part. So this should be Alien Hominid. We'll have to compare to the 3 Plus directly when we get it as well. We'll have a T618 showdown or something. And the controls are all working for the most part right out of the box. I haven't had to make any changes. That is beautiful. Nice job, Anbernic team. Check out our compatibility sheet. It's in the description. It's for the T618 chipset. Feel free to add. You'll see all the games that have been tested on this chipset, on the X18S, on the RP3 Plus, as well as the RG505. Please contribute your findings to it so everybody can benefit. Let's do Mega Man X8. What do you want? If you want that crisp, beautiful OLED, you want the colors to look as vibrant as possible, get the RG505. If the screen is not important to you at all, get the X18S Ultra. And then if you want a great IPS screen, integrate form factor, RP3 Plus. It's always nice to have options. I don't know if I can recommend the X18S, though, after playing on this and then seeing this screen. Let's see what we get on the 3 Plus. Let's see if they use an iPhone 6 screen again, like they did on the 3. Wait, how did they have that? Hold on. How did they have that configured? Hold on. They have underclocking set to 50%? No, we want that at 75. With a moderate underclock. That was too extreme. If you push the underclock that far, I can't imagine you're going to get full speed in many games anyways. Why was that set like that? Yeah, so this is going to report to you full speed, but that doesn't feel like full speed to me. It's a nice trick. See, compared to this, full speed with a mild underclock. Look at that speed difference. Oh, that is so much more fluid. The game is immediately 10 times more fun. You can get tricky with that underclocking stuff, you know. And in some instances, it really does help make an unplayable game at least playable. But if the game is low on what it needs for resources, Mega Man X8 is one of those games that runs pretty well. Just run that sucker at 100%. Yeah, as I said in the X18S review, this is a capable CPU. Okay, it's not top of the line. It's not going to best AYN Odin or Odin Lite, but it is very capable for what it can do. And is this getting hot? It is not getting hot. That's important and something to take note on. It is not getting hot with how much we've been pushing it. I mean, it's a little bit warm to the touch. It's not getting sweaty, not getting fingerprints. Could it be? The screen is beautiful. The touch works well. Looks like it might have a microphone there or here. Speakers sound good. Now since this is Android, it definitely can run Android games. So we'll try installing a few of those. So this version of RetroArch is in English, which is good. Let's see what right? How about Golden Eye? Our eye's golden today. It has given me a frozen. Oh, does this launch the front end? That's fancy handy dandy. Look at that. Huh. Who would have thunk it? Not me, that's for sure. Like, you can categorize it by release year. That's pretty cool. So there's APK Pure Aptoid on here. There is no Google Play Store, by the way. Once again, so side loading. You all know it. That's the way to go. Oh, is there screen mapping? That's something we should check for, right? Key mapping. Yes. Good. Makes me happy. Let's just play Dead Cells. What's photo update? Oh, system update. Here's where the system update lives. I'm very happy the Cuphead works. And Cuphead runs great. And you know what else? Let's be friends. Join our Discord. Discord.gg/retro-handhelds. We will chat about this, that, and the other. Skyline Edge. And my Wi-Fi has been wonky lately, so I'm hesitant once again to try streaming. Might leave that one to my boy Russ. A lot of these Switch games struggle, and only really the 2D ones work. Try one more Switch game if you want. Bastion runs okay. Oh, but this is showing off that OLED screen really nice. Look at that. Mostly here, I'm just confirming that I am getting the same performance on this system compared to the X18S Ultra, which so far it is identical. Yeah. It runs as expected. So here we are playing Black for PS2. And look at this. The right joystick we can try out. It is not running well. I don't expect it to. This game is tough. Tough to run full speed. That is much better though. Setting it at 75% underclock and the moderate underclock. Blast that door open. You know, actually the sticks are pretty comfy for this. Especially the right stick. That works really well for me. Still would prefer stacked shoulders, but you get this nice convenient thin form factor. Does not run well. Okay, I can say that while I do wish we got these swapped, this is very functional and serviceable and fairly ergonomic, especially the nice big tall bump outs on L2 and R2. Okay, so let's summarize now. What did we think of the Anbernic RG505? Well, I love the form factor. Let's compare it against maybe a smaller size too, just so we'll get a good sense. Let's compare it to the RG353M. You know, it's just a solid, classic Anbernic form factor. A little bit bigger, but it's not as big as something like the Win600. For instance, right here, Tower of Power. 353M, 505, Win600. So that should give you a decent idea of what we're looking at there. Size-wise, Win600, nice, big, comfy. These just are not comfortable, but the rest of it, so comfy. 505, it's like a nice hybrid between, because this is almost, for me, can get a little cramped being closed in. So this is like a nice middle ground. That's my purple 353M there. Got to do video on that soon as well. Gonna do my triple review, 353 triple review. Turn this down. Battery life, by the way, has been going great. We still have 51% left. So that 8 hours might be accurate. Shut it down. All right, and as far as picking one of these up to get the Anbernic 505, pre-orders are on right now with the $10 discount. Standard will start at $147.99. That is 4 gigs of RAM plus 128 of internal storage. Standard starts at $162. Standard plus 256 starts at $177. This promotional sale ends on November 29th, so it'll go up $10 after November 29th. Yeah, so, what do we think of this? Well, I love the ergonomics. I love the buttons. Those Hall sticks feel beautiful. D-pad is fantastic. Face buttons are just the right amount of mushy. Start and select, really easy to push down. They are mushy as well, by the way. L1, R1, were clicky. L2, R2 were clicky. Things I loved about this are the screen. That OLED screen works really well. I also love the sticks, of course, the buttons, the shoulders, the form factor. I love this colorway and the plastic and the feel of the plastic. Really nice feel. Speakers. I do wish these maybe were front firing, but they sound good with good bass response. I like these classic Anbernic rubber nips on back. There should be mods on the way soon from both Sakura Modding and RetroGame.evo. So I would love to do like a jazz solo cup theme. Anybody out there watching this or listening, get me a colorway with that solo cup. We can do it across the buttons and the D-pad. This is just screaming for that. This does look like a Nintendo Switch Lite, and it does play some Nintendo Switch games. Technically, this might be a Switch Lite Lite. But as far as Nintendo Switch knockoffs go, you can't go wrong with this. I, so far, am giving a solid recommend to this product from Anbernic. Things, though, I don't like are... I don't like that, of course, the joystick is on the bottom here. I wish we had that up top. I do wish we had stacked shoulders. It'd be nice if there was HDMI out. We don't have HDMI out. We kept it nice and simple with the one micro SD card slot and just the Android system, which I'm totally okay with because I do not need Linux, but I really do enjoy Android, so it's what I'm used to. Android 12 has been pretty nice so far. A lot of games worked. The T618 is very capable and holds up all the way up to some Nintendo Switch. Just got to configure it and mess with it. Love the feel of the joysticks too. Feels like Nintendo Switch, but Hall joysticks. I wonder exactly what those are. I'm sure they're the ones from the 353M. Everything just feels great on this. Other negatives, what didn't I love? Yeah, I wish that the software was a little more baked. So I wish that it didn't default to Mandarin language in many of the apps. I wish there was Google Play enabled. I wish that it just booted you into the Anbernic front end on first boot and just started there, so you just have that easy access. You can switch it later if you want. But that's so far all I can really throw at this thing. I think this is going to compete head-to-head with the RP3 Plus, especially at that introductory price point of $148. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a hot item. So it's going to be, what do you prefer? Do you like an Xbox layout, a Switch layout, or do you like a PlayStation layout for your joysticks? How big of a deal is Pocketability? I really want to see the gray model in person. Yeah, I don't have any other negatives to say. I do recommend this. Late stage development here, but there was question around the Discord world if the Hall sticks are actually Hall sticks. The Fox is giving a full breakdown on this in his video upcoming. Russ and I both were very happy to see that because I was about to refilm this whole thing and get out some strong magnets. But for now, it seems like they're Hall, but we'll get some tests. If you are interested, pick one up in our affiliate link below. It supports the channel and what we do. There will not be a further review video for me on this because, again, this is well-treaded ground now for this chipset, and please do watch my X18S video for that, and I'll put out an RP3 Plus video as well. This is easily 9 out of 10 solo jazz cups. And with that, thanks everybody for watching. This has been Stubbs with Retro Handhelds. Stay tuned for the next one. Do like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Take care of your handhelds, everybody, and each other.